In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Windows 8.1, which will no longer be supported by Microsoft next month, which is January 2023. And I thought that before it goes out of support, that we should take a look at it. And I think this is going to be a really fun video. And if you want to see more throwbacks like this, then give this video a like and let me know in the comments so I can make more of these things, because I think these videos are really fun to do. And in this video, we're going to be installing it on the virtual machine, and once it's installed, we're going to be exploring the UI and going to be discussing a bit about it also. So let's go and start by creating a new virtual machine. So we're going to go with the typical, and we're going to select the install later option. Otherwise, it's going to use an easy install, and we don't want that because we want to show the original process. So we're going to leave it as this for now. Press next and press next, and we're going to name this Windows 8.1 and next, and 60 gigs is fine, so press next. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to increase the RAM to 4 gigs, and I'm going to give it 2 cores, and I think the rest should be fine. So we're going to close this, finish. Alright, and now we go to the edit setting, and what I'm going to do is to turn on this option so that it runs a bit faster, because I have Hyper-V enabled. And we're also going to enable this because this is also the first Windows to have UEFI support, which is the newest firmware standard. So we're going to press on OK, and now we're going to start the installation process. So we're going to power it on, and alright, let's just try this. Oh yeah, I forgot to provide my ISO, I think. So let's just do that. Alright, let's try again. Yep, now we have it. And we see the Windows 8/10 logo, because the Windows 10 logo is the same as Windows 8. So here we have the installer, which looks exactly the same as the one in Windows 11. The only differences are, like, nowadays the Windows setup is moved back to the left, and it just says Windows now instead of Windows 8, obviously, and you get the Windows 11 logo. So other than that, it looks exactly the same as before, and to make it even better, this installer hasn't changed much since the Vista days, which is pretty funny. And yeah, this is one of those installers that don't let you bypass it without the product key. So what I'm gonna do is to enter the product key, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we finally got through this part, and now we get the license, which no one reads, so we're just gonna skip it. And we're gonna go to custom and install it. And now it's gonna install. I don't think it's gonna take that long. It doesn't really take long nowadays on modern hardware, but in case it does, then I might probably cut this part out. But while we are waiting, let's just talk about a bit about this operating system. So actually, I never owned a PC with Windows 8 on it. I grew up, my first operating system was Windows XP, and I did use Windows 98 and 2004-bit, but the first OS that I ever used in my life was Windows XP. And I think around 2007 or 2008, we got a new computer, and that came with Vista on it. And You can see the difference between XP and Vista. The difference is so huge. I thought like we were living in the future, and Vista looks so revolutionary, futuristic with all these glass effects and all this stuff, and it was really an exciting time, I thought. But unfortunately, Vista wasn't really received well by the public. I kind of liked Vista. I really liked it, but I think there are some bugs in the initial release that I think got solved in the later service packs, and I actually had trouble installing the later service pack, so I was stuck with like service pack 0 until like 2010 when I finally got it to install because I never really bothered to look at it before. And yeah, that's Windows Vista. And then we had Windows 7, which is basically Windows Vista 2.0, and I think this is like a more perfect version of Windows Vista. And they took some parts out and all that, but the Windows 7 ended up being like the modern Windows XP as we know it, because there's still some places like even like in the developing markets that people still use Windows 7 because it just works so well, and people just don't want to give it up. And this was also the first. I think they were trying to add some touch support at that point, but it wasn't really like their focus, I guess. But alright, so now we have Windows 8, which is gonna be the next operating system after Windows 7, and this they really took some drastic changes to this OS. And I think Microsoft was really scared of like the iPads and stuff at that time. So they wanted to make like their own ecosystem kind of thing with Windows 8, Windows RT, Windows Phone 8, because these were all a thing then. And basically, um, Windows 8 was basically this um, PC slash type tablet hybrid, and they tried to force tablet like elements on your normal keyboard and mouse setup, which wasn't really received well. And they also forced the new Windows Store, which I don't think it really worked out well for them because, as far as I know, it only had the um, Metro apps, so the Windows 8 apps, these whole full screen apps kind of thing, and you couldn't upload normal Windows programs. Like if you want to search for Notepad++ on the Windows Store, you're not gonna get it because Microsoft didn't make these kinds of apps available at the time. And it wasn't only until very recently that Microsoft said that we're gonna allow anything on the store. Like if you want just your normal EXEs, you can now just download it from the store. That was only possible after Windows 11 came out. And as you can see, it installed really quickly, so I don't know why there was no need to cut that part out because anyway, so you can see we get to change our color of Windows 8, which I don't think Windows 10 ever asked you for that on setup. It was like the default blue, and blue's my favorite color, so I'm gonna go with blue. And let's just call it Win8 VM, and we're gonna press on next, and we're gonna go and customize. So I've used Windows 8 before, but not on my own devices. But I had Windows 7 before until um, Windows 10 came out, which I upgraded on launch day, and I also got Windows 11 on launch day. So I finally moved from Vista to 7 in 2013 when I changed my PC again because that PC came with Windows 7. So alright, so you're connected to a network. I don't want to do that. And yeah, I think in Windows 8 they gave you more control compared to Windows 10, and we're just gonna leave it as it is. And next, oh, I see on Microsoft account, and it's not formatted properly, it seems, but Um, can you skip this? I think it was like this. Well, it doesn't even do it properly. But yeah, in Windows 11, it doesn't even let you make a local account anymore unless you do some CMD bypass command or enter in test@test.com. Then it will let you, but there's no explicit option for it anymore. So we're gonna call this VM, and I don't want a password on this thing. So now we get the same screen as you see on Windows 10. They haven't changed this much, apart like, yeah, they haven't changed it at all. I think on Windows 10 they removed the changing colors part of it. They just made it like flashing blue and stuff. So I don't know why they try to force Microsoft accounts. Like even on the Mac OS, they don't force you that. Alright, so and if you don't know, Windows RT was basically the ARM version of Windows 8. So yeah, Microsoft had Windows for ARM running for like 10 years, and they still couldn't really figure it out until like very recently. Because in Windows RT, you could only install these full screen Windows Store apps which nobody wants. And now Microsoft is panicking after Apple has seen success with the M1 and M2 and stuff. So now finally they're trying to do something about it. They released their dev kit and stuff. You could also work on it on your um, Silicon Macs by installing the ARM Windows VM, and you can also make your ARM Windows apps do that. If you don't want to get a dev kit, that's also an option. But yeah, now Microsoft is playing catch up, and I really hope they do because I think Apple has really made competition intense again, and now we want laptops with low power consumption, not much fan noise and stuff. We just want them to be laptops, not like superheaters, which most of the Windows laptops currently do, and Intel is just being lazy at the moment. And I think they're trying to catch up now. So let's see what happens because it's pretty exciting time for the PC industry at the moment. And Windows Phone, everyone knows what happened to it. It failed badly, and I think part of the blame goes to Google because they wanted to destroy Windows Phone. Like they didn't want to give YouTube, like Microsoft made a YouTube app, but Google didn't allow it. They tried to kill it. And then Snapchat. Snapchat was another problem. The CEO, for some reason, hated Microsoft, so they never made an app for it. Which I think for business things, you should put your personal grudges aside and stuff because it really doesn't help. So, yeah, I don't know what's the point of this. We are setting up stuff because in Windows 7 Vista, it's just like 1 minute of initial setup and then you're in, but I don't know what this is about. And in Windows 11, it still does the same thing. The only thing is like it has this PS2 like background thing. And it's still taking its time. So, as you know, they had like three versions of Windows 8. In the past, they had the original Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and then Windows 8.1 Update. And the main difference between like Windows 8 and Windows 8.1, the biggest difference is they finally put the start button back on the taskbar, but it still opened that full screen start screen thing. And in Windows 8.1 Update 1, I believe they just did some small changes like they added the power button on the start screen. I honestly think that if if you're using the mouse and keyboard and the start button just opened the normal start menu, I think Windows 8 would have succeeded. And if you're using it as a touchscreen, then only then it will open the full screen Windows menu. But I don't know why they just wanted to force the tablet layout on everything. Finally, we have made it. That took so long. And yeah, I think nowadays it just defaults to the desktop if you want a mouse and keyboard. I think the initial versions didn't do that, but before we do anything, let's just change the resolution. And yeah, we can change it. Yeah, now we have some space to work with. So this is your desktop, we're gonna get back to that, but let's just look at the start screen. So this is the start screen, which no one really liked, but this is what you had. And you also had the live tiles, which they removed in Windows 11. To be honest, I never really used the live tiles in Windows 10, I just removed everything, so I guess I don't really miss it, but I think some people do, so yeah, I guess it's the end of an era for live tiles and stuff, but you can see these are all the applications it comes with. So you have some duplicate stuff, like you have this modern calculator, and then you have the Win32 calculator. So this one, so there's some duplicate stuff, like you have the settings and the control panel still in Windows 11, but the settings app in Windows 8 was a lot more restricted. You only had a few stuff, but nowadays in Windows 11 they have most of the stuff, but they still keep the control panel for legacy reasons. And Windows historically has a lot of legacy bloat, which they still have yet to change some elements in Windows 11, which, you can see stuff from the Windows 8 days and Windows Vista days and all that. But yeah, let's just look at the apps. So you have the desktop. It's funny how they made desktop an app. Technically it's not, but they made it look like it's an app. You have your documents, which just opens the normal Windows Explorer. Food and drink, like these are all these Bing stuff, which I don't know if people really use them or they just wanted to promote their services and get ad money or whatever, but I don't think they even work now on Windows 8. And yeah, I think in the newer versions of Windows 8, you had this thing right here, and you had this top bar, and they had this iPad-like interface, which is kind of weird because considering the name of the OS is Windows and stuff, like I don't know, it's just like kind of weird. And also you had this charm spot thing, which if you do on a normal mouse and keyboard, you just go to the top or bottom right, and then do this. You get the charms menu, and you can like search for stuff, like not only in your like you can search areas like start search, and you have the share, like I don't know if anyone uses the share button, like even Windows 11 I've never used the share button. And then we have devices, like, and we have the settings. So we have app settings on this menu right here, and it was different depending on the app. So yeah, this is not gonna load, so let's just close this. And what else we have? We have the games section. We have Xbox games. Now we have the Xbox app, and it still works. So you can see, like, they made it really tablet like you scroll horizontally and stuff. So it's really a drastic change, and you have all these old games like FIFA 15, and these are really old games. Like, yeah, I don't know why it's still promoting this stuff, but that's what it's there. Let's see the genres. Yeah, so that's the games app. So we have health and fitness. I don't think this works, but let's just leave it over. Yeah, you had this thing as well. Um, I don't think this is gonna work, but let's just move on. We have the help and tips app. So it's like the getting started app in Windows 11, I guess. And yeah, this app is shut down. And Internet Explorer, as we all know, Internet Explorer is dead, but funny enough, it still works. Like, now we have Edge, but they're trying to kill off Internet Explorer. Like, in Windows 11, you don't even see the option to open it anymore. It's just gonna force you on Edge. Let's see if we can load anything on it. So, this is the Windows 8 Metro version of Internet Explorer. You also have the old version. If you click on View on the desktop, you get the old version. So, and this is version 11. Yeah, 11 is the last version of Internet Explorer to ever exist. So let's see what can we do. I'm pretty sure Wikipedia will work. Still, let's just see. I pressed the wrong thing. Yeah, it still works. I'm not that surprised about it. Let's just go to YouTube. Yeah, it doesn't let you go to YouTube anymore. Let's try something like Twitter. No longer supported. Let's see, can we get around it? Nope, it doesn't let you anymore. Let's try the Microsoft website. It loads kinda, but a lot of stuff is missing from it. Let's go to the Windows section. This still works. That's pretty cool. Um, this thing is completely blank, and yeah, let's go to the Apple website. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. So it kind of works if you're forced to use it somehow, but I wouldn't. I would get Firefox or something. Let's see if any program still supports Windows 8. I know that OBS doesn't support Windows 8 anymore, and Chrome will no longer support Windows 8 as of next month, as well as Windows 7. So you better upgrade. But let's see if Firefox works on this. Yeah, Bing is saying that it's out of date, but still loads the results. Let's see if we can download Firefox. I guess it's gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, I think in the old versions of Windows, you could easily change your browser. Just this and done. But in Windows 11, they made things more complicated. So let's just get through this. We already made it a default, I think. So this is Firefox. And I believe this is the latest one. Yeah, I think this is the latest. So now we should be able to open YouTube and stuff. I'm gonna turn my sound off for copyright reasons. So let's just open something. I don't know which one. Yeah, it works. The ads work, unfortunately, but here we are. Yep, it works fine. You get 4K as well, so that's cool. So let's just go and close this now. And um, wait, did I like remove the? It doesn't let you open the. I guess Internet Explorer needs to be the default for that to get a full screen version. I don't know, but anyway, let's see the Mail app. Um, yeah, it's you need to sign in to use it. I think in the current Mail app it doesn't, but we have the Maps app. Yeah, we have Bing Maps. I don't want my location, but we have our Bing Maps here. We have money, music. So Xbox Music, like it's kind of weird. Why did they brand it under the Xbox banner? But now they now it's called the Windows Media Player again, and it's saying there's an update. But yeah, now it was Xbox Music before, and then they named it Groove Music, and then now it's back to Windows Media Player, which is pretty funny. But news, OneDrive, OneNote, PC settings. We took a look at that a bit, but it's kind of basic. Um, you only get like a few stuff in there, and you have the Windows Update as well. It never checks for updates, but I'm pretty sure if I press check now, it's gonna download like 500 updates, which so I'm not just gonna leave it like this. And people contact stuff, I guess, and we have the Photos apps, so we can see from your OneDrive or your Pictures library. We have the reader. I think this is like your PDF reader. Nowadays the reader is built into the Edge browser. We have reading list. Reading list is now on Windows Phone, which is doesn't exist anymore. So that's pretty funny. We have Scan. The funny thing is, the Scan app now, if you download it from the Microsoft Store in Windows 11, it's still the same Scan app. They haven't changed a single thing. It's still this Windows 8 style, and it's one of the top apps on the Microsoft Store. And we have Skype. No one uses Skype nowadays, but I guess they're prioritizing Microsoft Teams now, and it doesn't even let me cancel it. So we're just closing it. Sound Recorder Sports Store, and this still has the old Windows Store logo. It didn't get the Microsoft Store rebranding update, and I'm not sure if it's even gonna load. I don't think it will anymore. It's completely dead. It's quite outdated, so I guess I'm not really surprised. But I guess if we install all the updates, maybe it will work. But I'm not gonna waste my time doing that, so we're just gonna leave it. We have travel video, Xbox video, I guess. Yes, Xbox video. It's kind of weird. Why? What? Xbox is a gaming brand. Like, why do they want to brand it on the Xbox? And this is like this is doing the weird Xbox One L, where like they wanted Force TV and all that, and then the guy got fired and stuff, and that's how the PS4 ended up dominating in the end. And we have the weather. So weather still works. Let's just put London. So MSN weather. I guess it works kinda. There's no picture, but it still gets the data. So yeah, that's cool. And we have the classics accessories and stuff. Calculator, notepad, paint, all these Windows 7 stuff, and you also get the Windows Media Player. Which this old version is still there in Windows 11. They just call it Windows Media Player Legacy now, and then the new version is called Windows Media Player. And yeah, we have the usual stuff. And I think this is also the first Windows version to have a full antivirus. I think the previous like Vista and 7, it was only like anti-spyware, and then you had to get Security Essentials separately to get antivirus. But this is like all built into Windows 8. You don't have to get a separate antivirus program anymore. And this is also the first version with this which has really improved the task manager. Like, this task manager is still there in Windows 11, they just like modernize it with the Fluent UI and stuff. And I think this was like a really good update. Windows 7 and before it was like it's kind of basic, but this was so good. It's like really detailed. You can see all these graphs and stuff, your startup stuff, your processes and services. It was it was pretty well made, and I'm happy with it. And you can also see that for this version they moved the title back to the center, and I believe in Windows 3.1 it was like this. So in Windows 3.1 it was like this, and then they moved it to the left, and then Windows 8 moved it back to the center, and now again it's moved back to the left. It's really funny. So I think that's it for the um, exploration, and let's just take a look at what teams of stuff in there. So I think this is like the 8.0 theme. Cover me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the original theme. And then we have this. So that's the themes, and I think that is it for this video. So I don't think a lot of people will miss it. I think there are some Windows 8 fans there out there, but not a lot of people will miss it. I think this will be quick. This is gonna be one of those forgotten versions of Windows, and I think now it's time to move on. So yeah, that is my video of Windows 8. It's been 10 years since this OS came out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, give a like and leave a comment, and I'll try my best to do more. And I'll also I can also do old macOS videos if possible. Let's see, I'm not sure, but I want to try to do some more nostalgic stuff like Windows versions, Mac versions, and stuff like that. Old Android versions. Yeah, you get the idea. So let me know what you want to see, and look out for what's next for my channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.